Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. You guys are here today to talk about, believe it or not, basketball wives. Yep, I'm back at it. Why? Because I miss you guys. Like, I'm not reviewing anything right now. So I may as well go ahead and review this. I have watched the first couple episodes, and I'm not gonna say it's great, but it's fine. It's fine. We could talk about it. Um, the OGs, I do like. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I do like the OGs, even though they are messy as shit. We know Evelyn is ridiculous, but I guess I'm just so used to her that I enjoy her brand of ridiculous sometimes. I don't know. And then when her and Shawnee get together, they really are mean girls, but I like it. I'm sorry, I like it. It's shitty, but it is what it is. All right, let's get started with the episode. Oh, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you be part of the Beautiful People family. Go ahead and like the video. It does wonders for my algorithms. And let's talk about some things in the comments. Even though I know I always say let's talk about stuff in the comments, but like when I watch other reviewers, I'm supposed to ask you guys specific shit. Like I'm supposed to be like, yeah, and so Evelyn did this and that or whatever, and then like, would you do that? Or what do you think about her doing that? You guys let me know in the comment. Like, I don't do that. I'm gonna start doing that, y'all. I'm gonna ask y'all some questions. All right, let's get started. All right, so we start off with Shawnee and Evelyn, and they're having lunch or dinner or something. They both look cute. And the waitress brings over, it looks like some bread or something. And Evelyn's like, can you bring some potatoes? She's like, I'm a carby Barbie. And she asked Shawnee, are you a carby Barbie? And I'm like, oh, I like that carby Barbie because I am. Like, you asked me what my favorite food is. I'm just going to say potatoes. Anything potatoes and anything bread, which is terrible for me. So I'm gonna be a low carby Barbie because I gotta watch it. So I like it though, carby Barbie. I think that's so cute. All right, we move on. Oh, are you guys carby Barbies? See, I told you I was gonna ask y'all some shit. There you go. Are you a carby Barbie? Do you love carbs? Does it not matter? Like, let me know. So of course, Evelyn and Shawnee are doing what they do best, and that is talking about people. But again, I wasn't mad at it. So Evelyn is telling Shawnee that she met this girl named Vanessa at Brooke's party. Brooke threw a party for her, like a welcome back or whatever. She met the girl Vanessa, and she was calling her a homewrecker. Shawnee's like, who is she? Where'd she come from? Well, I know that she's Carl's baby mom's friend. And I don't know her. I know of her. I know they're friends or whatever. So she's like, and I was thinking to myself, well, this isn't my karma because they weren't together. So it's not karma. She's wrong. She's just talking shit, basically. So Shawnee's like, well, aren't you friends with the child's mother? I can't stand the whole baby mama term, y'all. So it's hard for me to even get it out. So she's like, aren't you friends with the child's mom? And Evelyn's like, yeah, we're good. Like, literally, she's about to have my son in a couple days for 10 days. And I was just like, we would have to be so much more than good. Like, we would have to be great. I would have to trust you with my life because my kid is my life. And you're going to have my kid for 10 days. Like, there could be no question that we're good. And I'm not questioning Evelyn's parenting skills. I'm not. They are a family, so to speak. Like, she has the girls, the ladies, were they pregnant at the same time or something? I know the kids are like really close in age. So they're siblings. She has the sibling over there, and if they get along and they parent together, then that's great. That's great. I'm just saying 10 days is a long ass time to leave your kid with somebody who now has a friend over here starting shit. And you guys, I watched Color Me Pink, and she had a good point when she said that she feels like maybe the kid's mom, the child's mother, okayed her coming on the show being messy and saying shit to Evelyn as like her mouthpiece. And if that is true and she still is a little bitter about things, then yeah, that's a problem. You having my kid for 10 days is a problem. And I can see that as being true. I mean, of course, we don't know for sure. we don't know, because we do know, we did learn, I'm jumping ahead, but later on in the show, Evelyn is going to say, well, I talked to, her name is Amy. I talked to Amy and she was furious. She's so mad that you're bringing this shit up. But I don't know. I don't know that that's true, you guys. Like, of course she's going to say it to you. I don't know. I just don't know what's true. But I just think she really should have that all definitely ironed out before you leave your kid. I mean, she probably, I'm okay. I'm just going on and on about leaving the kid, y'all, because I just wouldn't. But that's neither here nor there. We move on. Would you leave your kid? Y'all see me trying to ask these questions? They're dumb questions. I'm going to get better at it, though. But, I mean, am I crazy to 10 days with somebody who you don't know? Mm-mm. All right, we move. We move. So, you guys, they wrap it up with Evelyn telling Shawnee that, she thinks maybe the girl Vanessa, who called her a homewrecker, is just miserable because, she heard that there's trouble in her home with her man cheating. And she's like, and that hairstyle, that haircut is ugly. I was just dying laughing. She's like, the haircut was ugly. And she's like, it's long in the back. And then she got this bang. And the bang is banging. And when I tell you, they were like cracking up. And that would be me and my girls. So I was feeling it. And again, mean girls they are. I'm not a mean girl. But I do find it funny when they talk about people. Because you could tell that Evelyn and Shawnee are actual friends in real life. The way they cut up, and they're friends in real life. And that's the part that I like. All right, so next up we have Jackie and the girl Vanessa going on a little hike. They didn't get far because there was a bug, and Jackie said, no, thank you. And I'm not mad at her for that, because bugs, no, thank you. So they're talking about Evelyn, and Jackie's like, listen, I really wanted you to meet her. I didn't know that there was beef or anything. And she's like, well, it's really no beef, but I just don't appreciate what she did to my girl. And I have a problem with side chicks. And, she's known for messing with all these married men. And the problem is she's projecting. Like, her man is a cheater, and she's projecting all that stuff onto Evelyn. Now, I find it interesting that after she said all that, Jackie didn't say... Because Jackie and Evelyn are supposed to be friends, right? And she didn't say, well, you can't believe everything. I mean, she didn't even try to defend her a little bit at all. She just said, listen, do you think you can... Not like, oh, girl, that's what you think about her. I don't know. I would have said something. She was just like, well, you think you can move on and you guys can talk it out or whatever? I want y'all to get along. And I'm like, way to defend your girl, Jackie. But the girl, Vanessa, you guys. Oh, excuse me. The girl Vanessa reminds me of somebody who should be on Mob Wives. Her face is really hard. It's hard as shit. Yeah, she has a handsome face, like handsome Squidward. Do you remember on SpongeBob when there was a regular Squidward and then one episode there was handsome Squidward and the facial features were just like chiseled, and yes, she's handsome, but definitely a mob wife. She is a handsome mob wife. Tell me I'm wrong. Let's talk about it in the comments. All right, next up we have Jen and her new man. And you guys, I think Jennifer is very pretty. Sorry, I know some people can take... I don't think anybody has ever called her ugly. But some people like Jennifer. Some people don't like Jennifer a whole lot. And I don't know why you wouldn't like Jennifer. I mean... She's quiet, she's a little bougie and all that, but I don't mind it. Like, it's fine. It's always been fine. Like, I've always liked Jennifer. I think I even shed a tear when her and Evelyn got into it that time because she was so sweet. And Evelyn in the hotel room, that was her first time, like, really yelling at Jennifer or whatever. And Jen was, like, crying and trying to talk to her. And, yeah, it was shitty. And I felt really bad for her. So I've always liked Jen, long story short. I think she's beautiful. But she's there with her new man, and I knew that the guy that she was seeing in the last season, she was not feeling that man. Like, how could you? How could you? I'm sorry. He was not a looker. He wasn't unattractive, but no. So anyway, her new guy, very good looking, much younger. I don't care. I don't give a shit about him being younger. If she can do it and he like it, I love it. The young ones really be falling for the older women. Y'all just don't know. Like, y'all just don't understand what they do. But yeah, she's telling them how she saw Jackie. She's like, I didn't speak to her for some reason. I don't know why. Evelyn got into it with this girl, Vanessa. And, I'm trying to protect my energy. And she's going through all that, and he's listening very attentively, and then he just goes, okay, interesting. And I'm like, yeah, I can honestly see my guy doing that. Like, I'm gonna listen to you and, give you an ear. You can get your shit off and unload, but I really don't care. Like, he really didn't care. Like, it's girl drama, and he didn't care. So I thought it was cute. I liked them together. I did like the way he was looking at her. He looked at her like he really liked her, or slash loved her, because they're engaged now, right? So I want Jen to be happy. If it's with a younger guy, I don't care. I don't care. So yeah, good for Jen. Okay, I do want to touch on these girls just as like an introduction, especially since I didn't do the first episode. But we have Brittany Renner, and I don't know who she is, you guys. I have no idea. I have seen her on the Shade Room and stuff like that, but I don't know who she is from Adam. It's true. Like, her face, I don't know anything about this girl. Um, and then the other girl, I believe that girl is the one that's married to the WNBA player, if I'm not mistaken. And I do believe that in the first episode, I liked her and I liked her energy, and she seemed very unproblematic. And even in this scene, she's saying how she's just like feeling the girls and she likes them or whatever, and she likes their energy. So I feel like she is going to be, yeah, one of the most unproblematic people out of the season, because the rest of them, we don't know. We can't call it. All right, next up we have Evelyn talking to this guy that she's supposed to be engaged to. I guess some guy that I was gonna say won on a game show, but I guess it was like a dating show and he won or whatever. They got engaged, but not really, because yeah, she's not really feeling him, and you can tell from the conversation where he's asking her about the timeline and them setting a date or whatever, and she's like, it's overwhelming, and yeah, they need to talk. He's like, I just need to come there so we could talk about it. And she's like, yeah, we need to talk. And I'm like, that we need to talk sound like we need to end this. We can end this charade. So okay. All right, so then we have Evelyn and Brooke sitting down with Brittany Renner. And it's so sweet. Evelyn brought them flowers or whatever. She's like, I want to give you your flowers and this and that. And y'all, let me just say something, okay? I appreciate these women because this cast is an older cast. As we know, these are grown ass women. And they look amazing. They are all so beautiful in comparison to all the not all, but like, we got a whole lot of different casts with young people that just don't be looking all that amazing. I'm sorry, they still got to get it together, but these women, beautiful. And I'm not I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna leave it at these women are beautiful. The older women on here, flawless. So yeah, so it's so funny because she's asking Brooke, does she know Brittany Renner before she gets there? And Brooke is like, well, I don't know her. I know of her. We all went to the same school of social media, which I thought was funny and cute. Um, and so she left it at that. And she's like, yeah. So in her confessional, she's like, yeah, I don't know about some of the life choices she made or whatever, but we're going to come in with a clean slate. Then when Brittany Renner comes and they start talking, Brooke is like, yeah, so I've watched you evolve and take care of your kid or whatever. And I'm like, you just said that you don't really know who she is, but now you've watched her take care of her kid and evolve. And okay, all right. But I mean, it was nice. They were, talking about how she met the guy that she has the kid with, and I guess is he like 7 or 8 years younger than her? And then Evelyn's like, I'm all for the young ones as long as they're over 21. No ma'am, that's a little nasty, okay? Because my kid is 25, and if she was with somebody Evelyn's age, it would go down. So no, age does matter a little bit, but yeah. So she said that she's brokenhearted basically that they didn't work out. They co-parent, and it's crazy. She said they have a co-parenting app. Like, they don't even have to talk to each other. They communicate through this app. Fucking genius. Fucking genius. Where was this when me and co-parent needed that? I'll just call him co-parent. I was about to say his name. But yeah, that is genius, you guys. I almost want to download it just to see how it works. I love it. I think it's sad that you have to get to that point of using the app and you guys can't really talk and discuss anything. Like, because at the end of the day, it's all about the kid. But yeah, an app, like, that's great. All right, we move on. And just so you guys know, I'm not gonna go scene by scene. I'm gonna end up skipping all the way to the end so we can get to the shits. Because nothing else. I've basically introduced everybody that's worth introducing right now, and we're just gonna get to the shits because Shawnee is gonna end up having a award ceremony where she's like being honored. Was it like the Ladylike Foundation or something like that? I don't know. I don't care. So I'm not going to talk about it. Okay. They come to this foundation to see Shawnee, and that's that. Brittany Renner's going to be talking to her mom, and her mom asks her about dating another ball player. And I'm like, hasn't she? Like, isn't that her thing that she dates a bunch of ball players and stuff like that? I don't know. But again, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't want to talk about it. We just gonna get to the thing. I do want to point out that at some point, Jen and Evelyn will talk about the fact that Brittany Renner was spotted with Shaquille O'Neal, who we know is Shawnee's ex-husband. And they feel like it's foul and girl code. And I'm like, they not friends. What do you mean girl code? How does she have girl code with Shawnee and she's not friends with her? But okay. I mean, I know she, yeah. Even when I saw all that, you guys, I'll just say I figured something was up because they had already announced that Brittany Renner was going to be on this show, which is Shawnee's show. And then she's suddenly seen with Shaquille O'Neal. So I'm like, storyline, anyone? Like, it sounds like a storyline. And it does. So I really don't care. And, Shawnee says she really don't care. Evelyn's the only one that really cares. So there's that. But yeah, we're just going to skip ahead to this dinner that they're all going to. All right, y'all. So for this dinner, can we talk about it? Can we talk about what the ladies are wearing and how fabulous they look? Can we talk about it? Because Jen and them boots, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Oh my God. Loved it. Loved it. Evelyn and her, oh, excuse me, her Gucci little short outfit. I loved it. Even though, as y'all know, I'm not a Gucci girl. But I liked it. So it looked really good on her. Y'all, Brooke in this cat suit, this nude cat suit, y'all, killing it. I mean, killing it. And then we have one of the other younger girls. I think it's the one that I said I like. Is her name Jaceel? It sounds like, what's her name? Jackie called her Giselle, but I don't know that that's really her name. I don't know, but she look alright. She cute or whatever. But yeah, the older women, killing it, killing it. Oh, but I do want to say before the other girls join them, Jackie asked Shawnee about the whole thing with Shaquille, and she's like, "I know you've seen it." And Shawnee's like, "Yeah, I've seen it. People send it to me, but I don't care." And she's like, "You are so unbothered." She's like, "Girl, have at it, ma'am. Have fun." She's like, "I got a whole husband." And yeah, when you move on for real, you don't care. Like, why would she care at all? So everybody being all upset about it and she's not, it's just ridiculous to me. That's it. We wrap that shit up with a nice little bow. Evelyn starts in on Brittany first, and Brittany Renner's wig, no ma'am. No ma'am, Pam. Why is it sitting up like that? Why is it looking like that? And that's the thing, you guys. The younger women who are just coming on here, it's their first season and they have to learn. So I figure if they're still here next season, they'll have it together more. So we hope so anyway. But Evelyn is like, "Yeah, Brittany, I know that you're looking for a husband, but is it Shaquille?" And she just says no. Like, there's nothing to it really. Like, he's just a good guy who checks up on me ever so often, and that's just all that it was. And Evelyn's like, "I just think girl code." And then Jennifer speaks up and she's like, "Yeah, I just think you should have given a heads up." And she's like, "Heads up for what? Like, it's nothing." And so I was happy when Shawnee like interrupted them and was like, "Listen, welcome. And I'm glad you have such a positive attitude," because Brittany said, "Listen, I'm not here for no shit or whatever. I'm just here to meet everybody, have some fun." And basically she just want to do the show and get paid and get on up out of here. But she can't say that. But Shawnee's like, "Listen, I'm glad you're here with a positive attitude, and hopefully Boom, it's all squashed right there. Shawnee doesn't care, as she shouldn't. She really shouldn't. And so Evelyn shouldn't care either. So then we have Cruella de Vil. We have the mob wife coming in. And y'all, this lady, I'm not going to say nothing. So when she sits down, Jackie introduces her to Shawnee, and she tells her, very nice to meet you. Shawnee's like, yeah, nice to meet you. I heard a lot about you. And she's like, all good things, I hope. And Shawnee does this little smile in his face like, mean girl again. I mean, the face, the whole everything was mean girl. It was just like, oh, I'm going to be messy. And Jennifer goes, oh, that face. And she's like, well, I'm not going to lie. It hasn't been all good. And then we get into the story of what happened. And she's saying how she didn't mean to bring it up at Evelyn's event. And Evelyn is just like, so you wanted to bring it up when? Like, when did you think would be a good time to call me a homewrecker? Yeah, so immediately it blows up, and Evelyn is pretty much arguing with herself. She's arguing with herself, and she's getting more and more worked up the more she talks or whatever. And she's just like, you're, causing trouble in our family, in our circle, and my kid is there now. And she was mortified. I spoke to Amy, and she was mortified. And she's like, oh, really? Was she? And see, and that's what I'm saying, y'all. Really? Was she? Or is that just what she's telling Evelyn? We don't know. So, yeah, Evelyn is like, you don't matter. And I said, go ahead and call her a non-motherfucking factor. That's what you want to do. You want to bring it back out. You want to bring the t-shirts back out. Go ahead and do it because it's basically it's not the same exact storyline, but same argument she had with Tammy, pretty much, kind of, sort of. Y'all know Evelyn just goes off. She goes from 0 to like 1,000, and that's what she's doing. And she's basically revving herself up, and the girl is just sitting there, and she's saying shit back, but she's like keeping her cool about it. So I'm like, Evelyn, calm down a little bit, boo. Oh, okay. Sidebar, you guys, because Evelyn just stood up. So she doesn't have on like a short outfit or whatever. I thought it was, but no. She has on like some nude leather pants that goes with the jacket, the Gucci jacket. Still super cute. And like this bustier thing or whatever. It's so cute. But anyway, she starts going crazy. That's why she stood up, because the girl told her. So we find out that Carl, I guess Evelyn complained to Carl. Carl called Amy and was going off. And so she's like, you are causing an upset for no good reason. And the girl's like, oh, yeah, quit calling her, too. Talking about her friend Amy. Told y'all, I really do feel like Amy is in on this shit. She's like, yeah, quit calling her. And I'm like, and so that's when Evelyn loses it. Quit calling her. She has my son. My son is over there. You don't tell me to quit calling her. And then we have in the confessional, like, Jen and Jackie, like, why is this girl not getting it? She's not understanding what she's doing. But you guys, let's talk about the fact that Evelyn is actually doing the same thing to Brittany Renner that this girl is doing to her, trying to take up for Shawnee when Shawnee don't give a shit. And now this girl is coming trying to take up for her friend Amy and let Evelyn tell it Amy don't give a shit. But I beg to differ, because this girl sounds like she knows what she's talking about when she's like, yeah, quit calling her. And no, she's not mad. No, she's not mad. I was like, oh, yeah. They have a whole nother conversation, a different conversation than what this girl is having with Evelyn. And Evelyn, your kid is over there. Oh, yeah, I do want to add in that as they're arguing, Evelyn tells her, you should be mad at your esthetician with your ugly ass. Yeah, I hate that. I found it so funny. I hate it, but it was hilarious to me. So Shawnee is trying to take Evelyn out. The girl then stands up and she's like, yeah, go behind security. And I'm like, girl, you don't know Evelyn. Like, Evelyn will run over this table, which she has done before, to get at you. So she's not worried about security. I mean, it sounds awful because she is a grown-ass lady that will take off her shoes and run across the table. But she didn't do it, so we're going to give her some grace. She didn't. That was years ago, you guys. But I'm just saying, I don't think that Evelyn would shy away from a fight with this girl. y'all. So it ends with Brooke snapping off on her. She's like, "You're missing the whole point." She's like, "I'm not missing the point. I am defending my friend. I don't care that it happened 10 years ago." And I'm like, "You sound stupid right there. This was 10 years ago. Who gives a shit at this point?" And Brooke is just like, "No, what you're doing is deflecting. You need to fix your shit at home. You need to go look at your cameras and see who your man is getting with, because we know that, you know, in the first the first episode, she said she was watching the cameras and her or was that this episode? Yeah, I fast forward so much that I don't know which episode it was because I really didn't care. But she said something about her husband being on the phone and saying, "I love you, bye." She asked who you're talking to. He said his son. She did a lot of, and apparently he really was talking to his son. We also know that in the first episode, now for sure that happened in the first episode, she said that she chased some woman down and out of town that her husband was cheating with or whatever. And I'm like, and you're still with the husband. That's a cheater. And now you have cameras everywhere so you can watch the cheater husband. I'm sorry, no thank you. If you're a cheater, you could go. Like, you could go. I'm not about to be miserable trying to figure out what you're doing. But, you know, some people. But yeah, that's where the episode ended. And yeah, Brooke had a point. Y'all, can I point out something about Brooke? We're going back to the clothes. Sorry, and then we're done. Brooke lives in workout clothes, like really super tight clothes, and like that little cat suit or whatever, but I'm okay with it because number one, she has a great body. Number two, she's covered up though. Like, even though she's showing her body, she's still doing it in a classy way where she's covered up. She's not coming out half dressed and everything. You could just see that she has a nice body through the workout gear and the cat suits and all that or whatever. So I like that about Brooke. I know that was totally left field, but y'all know I be looking at the clothes and stuff because she had in her confessional, she had on a cute little workout set. But that was the episode, you guys. So I think I'm gonna do the other Basketball Wives. What is it, Orlando? And y'all know why? Because I like Neek. Neek I know from YouTube, and I think Neek is just the sweetest thing ever. And she's even portraying that on the show. Like, and I was happy to see that she was staying true to her real self. She wasn't out there causing all kind of shit or whatever. Neek was being sweet, which I think she's sweet. I mean, of course, I don't know her in real life, but from what I could see of her on YouTube, I don't really follow her, but I have watched a few of her vlogs. Excuse me, and I think she's a sweet girl. So if you are still here, you are the real MVP. Thank you very much. You guys, let's talk about it in the comments. I know I'm supposed to tell y'all what we gonna talk about. We could talk about any and everything. Let's just talk about it. Like the video, subscribe. We would love to have you be part of the Beautiful People family. If you are still here, you are the real MVP for real. I love you for that. And let's nope, that's not what I say. I say I'll see you in the next video. Smooches.